Hi, team. Coach Christy here. Okay, so I'm a mess. I just got back from Kauai. We were gone for 8 days, and the flight home was the shortest flight that we could find. But it also meant we got home at like 3 in the morning, and I'm an early riser, so it's not like I'm going to sleep in. Um, and then I have this long to-do list of all these things that I want to get done. I also realized on vacation that I kind of like my life a lot. And I know a lot of people say that on social media. People are always telling you the good points and it's just the highlight reel. And I'm pretty real with you guys. I will tell you when I'm struggling. I will tell you the hard work that it took to get to where I am. I have built a life that I don't need a vacation from. Honestly, after 3 days, we were like, okay, we're ready to be home now. Like our normal life is a work and fun balance. Like I love working, so I could probably work all day and be completely content. But I obviously quality time is my love language. So I love spending time with my family and friends. And I love having freedom and not having a boss telling me I can't do these things. So we just got back. We're leaving again next Wednesday for leadership. I'm really excited about that. Beachbody has paid my travel cash, so that covered my plane ticket. They're paying for my hotel the whole time I'm there. And they give me lots of food while I'm there, which is exciting. And I get to work out with Autumn and Sagi. And so I'm really excited for all of that for next week, because then we travel again and then going on a cruise with my team. And I love all those things, but I love working. I actually love working. Like I've already scheduled work while we're in Coronado next week, just because I want more people to experience the lifestyle and the freedom that I have. And, when we were coming back from Hawaii, we were driving last night, back from the airport, and I was talking to Paul, and first off, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income. I have to put that out there, because there are people that think that they can sign up as a coach and do nothing and they're going to earn income. It takes work, and I'll get into that in a second. But I was like, babe, we earn $40,000 in a month. Like we're earning almost in 1 month what we used to make in 1 year. That's pretty crazy. And I said, and we save a lot of money, and we're not lavish people. Like we don't fly first class. Like I just can't stand spending that money. I'd rather put it into savings. Like, am I really going to benefit from sitting in first class? The amount of extra money I'd spend? No, I'll put it in my savings for later. We got a little cottage that was like right across the street from the beach, and you guys, it was $1,000 for the week. It wasn't like anything that was crazy. It was actually the cheapest that we could find for the week. And when we were flying home, we were looking through a magazine, and there was something about going to Bermuda, and this really cool like tiki hut in the, on the ocean. And I said, oh my gosh, we'll have to go there. And Paul's like, that's like $500 a night. I'm like, well, Sunday we'll pay for that. And we can totally afford it. $500 a night, we can totally afford that. But I can't stand spending money. I'm so crazy. I love to say that's just goes back to my past and the way I was brought up and how everything was taken away from me. And then in the financial industry, watching people lose their life savings, people that were retired that had all this money and, didn't have it anymore when the market crashed. And so there are so many stories that I've learned from. So I'm really, really into putting money away and not living beyond my means. It's not even what this has to do with the training, sorry. But goals take work. I didn't just get here overnight. I had to work for it. And I have a lot of brand new coaches that are succeeding really quickly. We're talking coaches that in their first month, first 6 weeks are earning $500, $600, $700. Coaches in their first 6 weeks that are doing what the top coaches on our team are doing. They're people that were scared and fearful to get started, but utilize every training that I give to them, and don't just do it to cross it off. They do it and they try to understand it, and they're not going to understand every training they do, but they implement. And one of my brand new coaches, she went through the training and she immediately started implementing before we even got on our Getting Started Right video chat to go through her goals and questions and set up a game plan for her. She'd already dove in. She was already doing it. And I was shocked. When we got on the video chat, she had followed all of my trainings, and she was already succeeding in her business before she even got on a video chat with me, because she had taken all of my training and was implementing it. And that's key. And I think sometimes people think, oh, I'm just going to sign up and I'm going to do these like little things, I'm going to be successful. And you really have to learn, you really have to grow into that. You have to gain skills as a coach. You have to gain experience. You have to put yourself out there. You have to care about others. You have to build relationships. It's all these things that you can learn and that are really simple to do. At first, it seems like a lot and maybe overwhelming, but if you put that time and dedication, I've heard a lot of people use it as an analogy to a well. Like you pump, you keep pumping the well, and just little drops are coming out. You just keep pumping and keep pumping and keep pumping. That compound effect happens, and then all of a sudden the well is gushing water. It's very similar to that. The business is very similar to that. And a lot of people don't put the time in to actually learn. I don't know what they expect. They show up half the time. They do half the training. Then they want me to like fill in the blanks and the rest. And that doesn't work. Like I have learned by doing, I have learned by diving in and failing forward. And I have 4.5 years of experience that I've learned from failing forward. And I cannot sit on the computer all day long for 10, 12 hours a day doing a training every single day to teach everybody. One, nobody would sit there for 8, 10, or 12 hours a day and listen to me. But two, you would just be so overwhelmed. So you can take my training and do a little piece and implement, which is awesome. And the coaches that are doing that are soaring, and it is amazing to see. But it takes work. Goals take work. They take discipline. They take consistency. You have to grow into them. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I see a lot of coaches, or people just in general, whatever their goal is, personal goal, fitness goal, business goal, who start comparing themselves to others. And that comparison game puts them in a downward spiral. And it really is a mindset. And that downward spiral, that mindset will keep you trapped. That mindset will keep you stuck in the rut that you have been in for years. So you have to change it. And personal development is really the only way you're going to change it. But I want to share some stories with you to help you understand that, okay? I have a friend who's at the business, and she came to me. Her mom is her upline, and her mom's upline coach didn't have any training for her, wasn't helping her. And I don't know if she had watched a few of my YouTube videos and like reached out for help. We've become really incredible friends. She's not on my team. And I think she's been in the business for almost 3 years, maybe two and a half to 3 years. And in January, she was earning $2,600 a month in January. And this entire year, she sees these other coaches that have been in the business the same amount of time as her, 2.5 years, 2.5, 3 years, whatever it is. Sorry, I can't remember. And it's Brianne, if you guys aren't sure who it is. And Brianne was comparing herself to these other coaches that are getting recognition from corporate, coaches that are getting recognized because they're the top 10 and they're doing amazing things. I'm not taking away from them, but we all grow at different rates. We all have similar struggles. And that focus of focusing on, I'm not as good as those people. Why isn't my business growing as much? Why are they earning $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week, and I'm only earning $2,600 a month? But the one thing Brianne did, even though she was having those doubts and insecurities and comparing herself, playing the comparison game against every other coach, the one thing she did was she never stopped trying. She continued to push harder, and that's what got her through that slump. She continued to push harder, and she continued to try to set up better systems for her team and to learn and grow personally. We're now in September, so we're 9 months later, or actually we're in October, but in September, 9 months later, and Brianne earned over $6,000 for the month. So $2,600 in January to over $6,000 in September. And she was struggling through those 9 months. It was not an easy 9 months for her. She was struggling and comparing herself to other coaches. And the one thing I will say, this is tough love coming out, and I've told Brianne this, so it's no surprise to her, that if you are taking that energy that you're putting towards comparing yourself and not using that at all, that negative energy, not letting it spiral, and able to put that same energy into positive and helping yourself grow, you will grow faster. So I do believe that the reason she's at that 6,000 a month is because she worked her butt off. But I believe she would have been further in those 9 months if she wasn't playing that comparison game. And she's gotten better. That was something that she had to grow through. And we all, like I said, we all have struggles. We're all going to have those struggles that hold us back. And that was hers. But she's gotten through that. And now I know her business is going to soar that much faster because she's gotten out of the comparison game. And what I want to tell you guys about that 6,000 a month is most businesses 3, 4, 5 years in are in the red still. Not, I mean, all the money they invested, they're not, like, a lot of businesses will pay themselves a salary of like $30,000. Like, that owner pays themselves $30,000 to pay for their life, to pay for their mortgage or their rent and their bills and their food, and they're barely scraping by, and they're still not making a dime, yet they've invested over $500,000 or a couple $100,000 into a business to get it started. But yet Brianne is comparing her $2,600 after 2 years in the business. She's comparing that $2,600 starting a business from scratch to people that are successful in our current industry. And it is easy to do because you're seeing these success stories. They're telling you these success stories because it's motivational, it's inspiring, so you know what is possible if you believe that it's possible. But it can also have that opposite effect. You can hear these motivational stories and start comparing yourself. Don't do that. Don't get stuck in the you versus them. Don't get stuck in that. That will hold you back. But Brianne had to go through that to grow through that. So she's grown through that so she can actually help her team now so that they don't get stuck in that same you versus them scenario. And now that she's helped herself grow, her business is going to grow that much faster because she's gotten through that struggle and she has more energy to focus on growing her skills and abilities and less energy being focused on comparing herself to others. So no matter what your goal is, whether it's, like I said, business, fitness, it's so easy to compare yourselves. So easy. Let those things inspire you. Perfect example, you guys. Okay, yesterday, in Kauai, I went to the gym and this girl came up to me and she goes, "Oh my goodness, you look amazing. You look so incredible. I rarely see girls in here lifting like that who look like you do. Like, awesome job." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, here I am always comparing myself thinking, "Oh, you're not that fit." You're like, and I'm like, thank you. And it was eye-opening to me because then I went to the gym today in my hometown, in Tahoe, and I walked in, or I was working out, lifting weights, and this girl came in, and I think she was, they have the local, or not local, the Spartan Championship race or something this weekend, and this girl's ripped. She is ripped. I mean, lean as can be. I don't even compare. And I'm sitting here like drooling. I am so inspired. I was like, you better lift a little bit heavier and have some perfect form right now because you don't look like that. And I was intimidated. I was really intimidated. And I thought, that is so cool. I don't know her story. I don't know what struggles she's overcome. I don't know how long it's taken her to get there. I don't know if she was 100 pounds heavier 3 years ago. But she looked amazing. And what that did was it inspired me. I didn't think, oh my gosh, I suck. Like, I thought, look how far I've come in my journey and I can get there. I can look like that someday if I want to. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take struggles. It's going to take setbacks. It's going to take being focused on your goal. Day in and day out, failing faster. My coaches that are succeeding, they are failing faster than everyone else. They are learning faster than everyone else. And the coaches I see that kind of like dabble, yeah, it's just not going to work. It doesn't work like that. Like, dabbling isn't going to get you the six-figure income success that you want. Don't compare yourselves though. I mean, look at that. Brienne was comparing herself the whole time. She was pushing so hard and she rocked it. So now I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about my story and why not to compare yourself. Okay, there are a lot of coaches out there getting to 10-star, 15-star, earning $6,000 a week in their first 2 years in the business. I just hit over $10,000 a week, and I've been in the business for 4.5 years. 4.5 years I've been a coach. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I started, or just the income part of my story. There's a lot that goes to my story, but I want this income part to inspire you to not compare yourself to others and to not give up. So my first month in the business, I earned $70. I will tell you one thing that I think made me stand out with my $70 income is I was freaking on cloud 9 with that $70 income. I was like, hell yeah, I earned income in my own business. I was so excited. And it wasn't even like, I didn't think I was going to be a millionaire or six-figure income earner or anything overnight. Like, I was just excited that I had earned an income and that I knew what it took. And that was how to get to Success Club. I was like, if I do this consistently, I'm going to be getting additional customers from Beachbody. I'm going to be getting additional Shakeology customers from Beachbody. I'm going to be continuously helping people. And in a year, this is what I could be making. And that inspired me. That fueled my fire. My second month in the business, I earned over $800. That was a huge jump from 70 to 800. But I didn't let that $70 be like, oh my gosh, I suck. This sucks. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I had an incredible mindset and attitude. And you guys, I honestly don't know why. Maybe because I was doing personal development before I knew what personal development was. I didn't know what it was. But I was always interested in that. Like, how do I better myself? How do I learn from others' mistakes so that I don't have to make the same mistakes? So I think that just always intrigued me. And my fire, my why, my passion, like, really was fueled because I wanted to leave my job. I wanted this life of freedom and flexibility and to earn an incredible income where I never had to stress about things. And there was just a part of me that knew that this business, this avenue, was what I was going to love to do because I love helping people, but it gave me all those other priorities as well. By my year mark, I was earning $4,000 a month, which is awesome. I was only a 1-star diamond. That's my other point I want to tell you guys. Do not compare yourselves. There are coaches that are 5-star diamonds, that a 5-star diamond elite, that as a 1-star, I was earning more income than they were. So you can't compare yourselves based on rank or recognition or any of that. Because I wasn't getting recognized and I was earning great income at a 1-star diamond coach in my own business in 1 year. I was elite I ranked up to 5-star qualifying in 2012. Now, when you qualify for a star diamond, 5-star diamond, it takes you 6 weeks to rank up. On the last day of the 6th week, I lost my rank. I was crying because that was at the time, I had just left my job and it was a quarterly bonus of around $3,500. And I needed that $3,500. I had just left my job, which was a 50% cut in income. I had left a full-time paying job to pursue Beachbody full-time. And while, yes, I was making a good income with Beachbody, I just took an income that I was like getting pretty comfortable having double incomes and took one away. So I cried, but I thought crying and being upset, like I had my pity party for that day, is not going to get me closer to my goals. I had to work harder. And that's what I did. I was earning 6 figures before I ever reached 5-star diamond, guys. So that's another lesson to you. You can be very successful without the rank. Okay. It took me a whole nother year to get to 5-star. So I didn't get to 5-star diamond until 2013, September. Next part of my story, I sat at 5-star diamond Until 2015, April 2015, I finally ranked up to 6-star. That was the beginning of this year. What a failure. Here I am, all these coaches that I'm watching succeed go to 10-star, 15-star, like right away. I am stuck. And I've been stuck. I've pretty much been stuck at 5-star from 2012 until 2015. But that never got me down. And I'm not saying that to say if you're having a struggle or having a tough time, like bad on you. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you have to figure out how to change your mindset. And I think that's the one thing that has made this business so much easier for me is my mindset. There was nothing out there that allowed me to have all my priorities. There was nothing that allowed me financial freedom, time freedom, to flexibility in vacations. You know, a lot of people earn great income. I've been reading a lot of stories lately. They earn great income, but they don't have any time to actually experience life. Like, that's not living. No amount of income is going to replace my actual life. Like, I wanted both. I wanted to be able to have plenty of income to experience life, and I wanted all the time in the world to experience it as well. And I wanted to have passion for what I was doing. I wanted to love what I was doing. I love fitness. I never feel like I'm working. In fact, I just told you I went on vacation and I just wanted to be home so I could work. Like, I didn't want to like plug in because I didn't want my husband being like, you shouldn't be working. So he let me work 1 to 2 hours a day. That wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to work more. I really do love it that much because I have goals. I have people I want to help. I want more people experiencing this lifestyle. And I was stuck for 3 years. I never stopped trying. I never stopped giving it my all. I never stopped learning. I was pumping that freaking well for 3 years, and it wasn't showing in any of my rank advancements. But what it was showing is that my income was increasing, but not as much as some people. At the beginning of this year, I was earning $4,000 a week. $4,000 a week, which is awesome. Most people would love that. Once again, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. I'd been a coach for 4 years, and I was earning about $4,000 a week. And I was at 6-star. 4 years in, 6-star diamond. 6-star diamond in my first business center, 1-star diamond in my second business center. And diamond in my third business center, and $4,000 a week, April 2015. We're now at September 2015. I am officially a 10-star diamond coach in my first business center. So I went from 6-star in April to 10-star in September. I am a 4-star diamond in my second business center. And in both of those, I was 11-star qualifying in my first, and was 5-star qualifying, just fell out, but I should get back there, 5-star qualifying in my second. And my third business center is a 1-star diamond with 2 diamonds on 1 leg. In April, that was 6-star, 1-star, and diamond. I've had 12 new diamond coaches this year. Last year, you guys, I had 2 diamond coaches, 2 new diamond coaches in 2015. One of them was me. One of them was my third business center. The only reason I got elite was because Tamara O'Hare, the rock star that she is, reached diamond and stayed at diamond, and I built my third business center to diamond. This year, 12 of them, not one of them is me. Not one of them is one of my business centers. They're all my coaches. $4,000 a week in April of 2015. $10,000 a week in September of 2015. It's pretty incredible. Like, I am amazed because I was happy. I was happy with $4,000 a week. And it's easy to take whatever income you're making, $200 a week, $500 a week, $1,000 a week, and say, well, I'm not good enough because so-and-so is earning more. Do not sell yourself short. All of those lives that you're changing, that income you are making is a direct reflection of the lives you are changing. That is powerful income. That is not just a paycheck. That paycheck is lives being changed because of you. Because you decided to make a change, because you decided to go after your goals and dreams and did not give up. That is huge. So don't you ever discount yourself and compare yourself to other people. It really, really kills me to see people doing that, because you are uniquely you, and no matter what part of your journey you're on, you will inspire people through your struggles. All of these struggles I just told you, being stuck at 5-star for freaking 3 years as a coach, being stuck there while everybody else around me at my level who is earning elite and ranked the same amount, like, is all surpassing me. And you hear all these success stories and they're not sharing their struggles. They're just sharing all the success. And you're like, do you compare yourself? Don't. I didn't. Like, I kept my blinders on because I knew that my story, whatever it was, whatever learning and growth I had to go through to make myself a 10-star, to build myself into a 10-star diamond leader, whatever that was going to come with hard work and discipline and learning and growing. And I had a lot of learning to do. I still have a lot of learning to do. But when I look back, there are so many different things that I did in my business. So many different things that I've implemented, one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time, to where I look back in the last 9 months since the beginning of 2015. And it's insane. My business is a whole different business than it was 9 months ago. My coaches are getting the most incredible training and the best support I have ever given. And that's exciting. Like, I just want it to keep getting better and better and better. And I've grown as a leader, but it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't in my first month. Heck, it wasn't in my first year. Like, I was successful. I had replaced my full-time income in my first year as a part-time coach. And that full-time income, let's just say what it took me to get there. It took a 4-year degree. It required a 4-year degree to get that job. So it required a 4-year degree, lots of debt, and in 1 year as a coach, I had replaced that income. It's pretty incredible. So don't discount your story. Don't discount what you've achieved as a coach by comparing yourself with somebody else. Because just like that story I told you earlier, where that the girl that I met yesterday in Kauai at the gym was inspired by me, like, that's pretty cool. Because here I am, I go to the gym today and I see somebody else and I'm inspired by them. There's so much inspiration around us. Don't compare yourself to those people. You are uniquely you, with an incredible story to help change so many lives and inspire so many people around you. And it's because you are you and you have struggles and you have things that you've overcome. And that's what inspires people, not how fast you overcome it. We all overcome struggles at different rates. We all learn and grow at different rates. Some of us have to learn everything the hard way. I learned by just diving in and doing things. Like, I learned by reading and learning from other successful people so that I don't have to make the same mistakes. Will I make mistakes? I will, but maybe not as many because I liked personal development. I love that. I love, like, trying to learn before I have to learn it the hard way. Even though sometimes I just have to learn things the hard way. It's the way it is. But do me the biggest favor and look at how far you've come. Take a picture from where you were a year ago. Write out in your phone. Something I do is I'll write out notes in my phone, like my goals for 2013, 2014, 2015, whatever. So when I go back and look at those goals, I'm like, oh my goodness, I've accomplished every single one of them. But as a goal setter, you accomplish one and you set the next and you forget to look back and be like, wow, I've come a long way. So when you're pushing for those new goals, push with those goals with excitement and passion and fire, but look back and see how far you've come and let that also give you fire, because You are amazing and you have a story to share and you can inspire so many people as long as you don't allow the comparison mentality to take over. Have a great day, everyone.